he used to be like around me and Dumpy. He used to be in like our side of things, right? And essentially, what happened is, well, nothing really happened. I don't know if he's like if he has like autism or something. Um, he has like the Daniel Larson gene minus the pedophilia because there's something like not right about him. Obviously, I can't really put my finger on what specifically it might be, but by virtue of that, he kind of tries to fit in with anyone and anything he's presently hanging around. So back in the day, everyone used to be like edgelord XXX Tentacion fans who were talking about like e-girls and drugs and shit. So like Peter goes and he like I think he changed his profile picture to X. He went and he like bought some weed and he's like, dude, I just want to sit here and get high. All like being like the emo, like sad, trying to be like the emo sad boy, and it didn't really work for him. But he doesn't mean bad. He just wants to fit in. And you know what, Peter? If you want to fit in, if you want friends, I'll be your friend, buddy. I'll be your friend. But why are you I have a restless fucking leg. This guy is cooler than you, by the way. The fried tree, back on an alt. Goodbye. Less viewers and dickers. I said it before. If I'm streaming to like 5 people, I'm still gonna go live, okay? Aiden, is true you walk? Is that your question, sir? Thank you for the tutor. Your question is true you walk? Yes, I walk. Is that what you meant to ask? Was there like a typo or something? Yes, I walk. Anyways, I'll always support Aiden streaming at a normal fucking hour. Well, it's almost 6 p.m. I'm in Greece right now. And then I'm flying back. But yeah, I uh, I went up to the Acropolis yesterday. The problem is my area of like history that I'm very interested in is not the era of history that like Greek fanatics would want to go see. I should have gone to like Crete or somewhere, just go to like the beach and shit. Plants with the 5. Hi, and hope you're. I am. I've done some cool stuff. Done some cool stuff. You look so swollen. Okay. Did you visit any museums? Yeah, I went to in Malta, I went to the War Rooms, which was like the Allied Command Center for operations in North Africa and the Mediterranean. I went to and when I was in Rome, I went to the Liberation Museum, which is not very touristy. I had the whole museum to myself. It was like the former Gestapo headquarters where like spies and members of the Italian resistance were in prison. And it's cool because they have all the original jail cells that the Gestapo would keep people in, and the people would write on the walls while they were trapped in there, and all the writing is preserved. So like you could see like I'm Lieutenant John something, British Army or whatever, caught on such and such day. There's writing all over the walls. So I went and I looked his name up. That was a real guy. Um, it was actually kind of sad. You see people like they wrote like notes on the walls for like family members and stuff. Oh, where I went somewhere else too. I went to um oh yeah, I went to the Pantheon, I went to the Trevi Fountain, saw the Colosseum. I went to the Acropolis yesterday, I went to the Acropolis Museum. Uh so yeah, I did a lot. Okay. 99 cents from Buttfucker. Thank you so much. And thank you, Plants, for the 5. Wishing me a good trip. He's got I dude, I have a tan, bro. I got a tan. These are bug bites that I scratched. The bugs. I have a tan. But look at the underside. Look at the underside of my arm compared to the side that gets sun. So you can. What's your favorite? Oh, Italy by far, by far. I fucking love Italy, bro. I could live there. I haven't been to Sicily yet, so I don't want to speak too soon. But I've been to how do you say Liguria, and I've been to Campania and Lazio. Those are the three regions I've been to. I'm probably butchering them, but I loved all of it. Are those tickets bite? No, my tickets did not bite me. No, I got bit by. They're called black flies. So when I went to the tide pool with Perry, because I really like going to tide pools. I went to the tide pool with Perry. I just got bit by these fucking black flies. And what happens is they're not like mosquitoes because they'll bite you, but it doesn't show up for about like 24 hours, most of the swelling. And then you wake up the next day and I have like a golf ball on my fucking knee. And the thing about black flies is there is no bug repellent that works on them. No bug repellent works on black flies. I got bit, dude. You know the worst spot to get bit by? I got bit by mosquitoes. I got bit by black flies. But the worst spot by far, I got one on my ankle, like my lower ankle, which sucks. I got one on my knee, which sucks. But I got one. You know the little, I don't know what you call it, the area behind your knee, like the joint, like the area right behind your knee, where like when you move it, the area where your upper leg meets your lower leg, right behind your knee. I got bit there by a black fly. That is the worst fucking. Besides the bottom of your foot, which is like hell on earth to get bit there, the area behind your knee is like, because like every time you move your leg, you feel it. Make sure they don't hatch under your skin. Dude, I got some friends. Sympathy bit. Oh my god, guys, I got bit by a black fly. True, so true. Making a GoFundMe as we speak. All right. Well, in regards to Peter, um, he joined my server and he's doing like the Team Water thing. You know, Peter's not. Once again, Peter's not a bad guy. He's just like a very easily influenced person, and I think he's in like the watching like the kick type streamers, the IRL streamers that do like crazy shit and act like public nuisances for content, and it kind of like influences him maybe a little bit. I don't even think his intentions are bad here, but because Peter is so easily influenced, it creates problems. Fuck, somebody had time stamped this. Wait. Okay, so he's streaming in his house. He's streaming in his house, and wait, he's streaming in his house, and I guess he's going out to eat, right? And he decides he's gonna go get it like an Uber to get to wherever. I get it, okay? Especially if U.S. cities are not very walkable unless you live in like New York. So if you don't drive, and you need to go to a very specific place, like in Florida, sometimes you're just gonna need to Uber. And he did like a carpool or whatever. But I guess I just like have really bad social anxiety. I have like a fear of like being a public nuisance, and like when I'm in an Uber, I'm like very just like, on my best fucking behavior. Um, I don't know how Peter does it, but he gets into this Uber. Hold on, we're gonna get to that part. He gets into an Uber. We need to like, by the way, I gotta have an intervention with him. We gotta nip this in the bud right now because he like will become a lol cow if this is like continued. So he leaves his house. Is he? He might. I think he's Vietnamese or so. I guess he's talking to his mom. Somebody confirm if that's Vietnamese. Okay, he's like getting ready to leave the house on stream, putting on his deodorant and shit, and then he gets into the Uber. Look, when you're in public, I don't think an Uber counts as public, but like when you're generally in public, you're gonna get filmed, okay? Or not you're gonna get filmed, but people have a right, in America at least, have a right to do it. Do I think it should necessarily be that way? No. I think like people should there should be like criteria, like if you're making yourself known to the public with whatever it is you're doing, then I think should have a right to film you. If you're just like a random nobody minding his own business, I don't like the idea of people shoving a camera in your face. Um, but if you're like IRL stream, like, I've thought about doing IRL streams, and I wouldn't want to like be that nuisance that's like shoving a camera in people's face or whatever. But anyway, he gets into his Uber. Well, what? Where was it? Was he? Dude, I just fucking lost it. Somebody gave me the timestamp. Oh, here it is. He gets into his Uber. So he goes to the B. So he goes to the be right back screen while he's IRL. This is the stream. It's not edited. So if something happens during the be right back screen where he goes up to the Uber and the Uber driver is telling him he needs to relax. My So I don't know what happens in that like brief moment. Um he's doing a carpool, so there are other riders, I guess, that are going to be in there with him. So I guess he's just like, there's only like two people in the chat. I mean, yeah, you start somewhere, right? One of them's a viewer of mine. Oh, thank you, GG's for the 149. Um, you haven't been able to hear it this whole time? Yeah, you start somewhere, right? One of them's a viewer of mine. Okay, nothing happened that was worth hearing. Nothing happened that was worth hearing. I gotta read chat. I'm sorry. That's, I think, the longest mute I've ever done. That's like gotta like take the cake. That's like record breaking stuff. I wasn't reading chat. I was very locked in for a sec. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So just like so you can hear it real quick. He goes to get in his Uber.
It's waiting for me, bro. Bro.
So he goes, my Uber is waiting for me, as you just heard, and then he goes to the be right back screen while he's live, and then he gets in the Uber, and this is what the driver says to him.
Oh, oh no, I'm good.
I understand, but I just need you to relax.
Oh no, I'm relaxed.
Leave this lady alone.
Oh, oh no, I'm good.
In the van, okay?
I'm good.
All right, come on.
But yeah, chat. So we're on the VR ride. Okay, y'all. Like I didn't see the car over there.
So when he comes back, it's the Uber driver telling him he needs to relax. I don't know what just happened off stream.
So yeah, chat.
It's gonna get worse. Just to be clear, it's gonna get worse.
We're in the VR ride.
Most Uber drivers, I typically notice if the Uber driver is younger, they have like zero interest in talking to you. They're just trying to get their money, get you from place A to place B. Just sit there quietly, do your shit, don't bother them, and everything's fine. They don't want to like have to talk to people or, you know. If it's an older guy, I'd notice this. Like older men that are doing Uber actually generally like talking. Or foreign people, foreign-born people, they also like to talk. I've had a lot of convos with like, dude, Africans have like a very good, I'm talking about like Africans from Africa. They have like, they're like very like at least the ones I've met, they're very like optimistic, positive, upbeat. I kind of appreciate it. But I've had a lot of conversations with like African Uber drivers. So he's in the Uber. Gets just like filming his neighborhood.
Hi to the stream.
Okay, then while he's sitting, wait for it. So he's sitting with the Uber driver. Here it is.
Oh, you want to say hi to the stream?
Could you please not put me on?
Alright, okay.
Like he just like he doesn't like he asks, but he doesn't even like he just like shoves the camera in his fucking face. He doesn't even like ask like, "Are you okay with being on camera? Do you want to say hi to the stream?"
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Huh?
Please don't do that.
I'm on the stream.
Okay, but don't put me on.
Okay.
It's not. It's gonna get worse though. So because this is an Uber like carpool, they're going to pick up. They pick up some woman. God, I wish I had the timestamp still. Dude, where the fuck it? I can't fucking. This is great, dude. I remember the term she used.
Want to say hi?
So there's another passenger. There's another passenger.
Jack in the Box. I just want to say hi to the stream.
So this woman, I guess, just spawns in out of nowhere. She might have been in the car the whole time and just didn't talk because she knew he was live or something. I guess she just like spawns in out of nowhere.
Want to say hi?
Sir?
Oh no.
No. But didn't I ask you to leave the riders alone? Leave that lady alone. She's not bothering you.
Oh no, I'm streaming.
Just leave her alone.
But how is streaming like being bothersome? I'm streaming.
Sir.
So he starts trying to argue with the how's this bothering? People just want to get through their fucking day, man. You don't know what like. And I said this to Parry because Parry was like trying to film every like portion of our interaction, and it's like, it's one thing to like be on stream when I'm in the mood, ready for it, whatever. When I'm doing my own shit, I don't want like everyone to fucking watch me or see what I'm doing or some shit. I just want to fucking go about my business.
Give it up, and I'm gonna call.
It's invading my privacy.
Yes.
Okay.
Give it up, and I'm gonna have you removed.
You're
from the
seriously invading my privacy.
Okay.
I'm telling you one more thing, and I'm gonna report you, and you're gonna be out the van.
I'm just streaming though.
You're invading my privacy.
Okay.
I told you before you got in the van to leave the other riders alone. Because you did this last time.
Okay, I'm leaving you guys alone. Okay, I'm streaming. So relax.
Relax.
I am relaxed. But is this Uber? No, this isn't Uber. It's a rideshare chat. Oh no, they're not haters. They're just
My privacy.
like I respect their privacy, chat. Okay, like y'all gotta respect their privacy, chat. Like they're not haters. It's privacy, y'all. Like relax.
Literally just turn it off for. Well, not even that. I just like. This is the other thing that pisses me off, okay? When people are commuting, this actually happened. I was on a train from Rome to Naples, right? And I'm sitting on the train. It's early in the morning. Everyone is fucking tired. Okay, nobody wants to have to hear you on a train. Okay, it's like basic like decency for other people. And this guy goes and FaceTimes his fucking wife on speaker, and he like puts and they start yelling at each other in Arabic. I shit you not, half the fucking train ride. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? And then the conductor comes around to get tickets. It turns out this guy doesn't even have a ticket. And then the conductor is like, okay, I'm gonna have to ticket you or fine you $60. And then this guy like got worried and started asking the Americans that were next to us that were, they also just, I guess, happened to speak Arabic or some shit, like trying to ask them like if this was gonna like affect a visa or so. I don't even remember. But half the fucking like train ride, this guy was just shouting with his wife in Arabic on speaker. And it's like, do you have no basic fucking decency or like respect for the people around you? Nobody wants to hear you fucking talking out loud on speakerphone. Okay? Especially if I can't hear what you're saying, because if what you're saying is funny. Or understand what you're saying, because if what you're saying is funny, I want to fucking laugh too if I'm gonna have to hear it. So I don't, like, don't use speakerphone on public transit. Don't be a fucking obnoxious asshole on public transit or whenever you're involved in some form of transportation where you're going to be with other passengers. Just be quiet. Like,
chat. Is this Uber? No, this is ride.
okay, so I guess that's the end of it. He gets out and I guess tells the driver,
God bless you, sir.
I don't want to.
he tries to shake his hand or tries to tip him.
I don't want to.
What about $10?
I don't want any money. We're not supposed to take tips.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep it.
Oh, he tries to.
Thanks for the ride.
Okay, he tries
God
to
bless
give.
you,
He
sir.
tries to give him a tip.
I dealt Shaver at Vendy's now.
So
We're gonna.
that's it. That was gay. Well, it's gonna get worse. But that's kind of introduction to what he's doing. He doesn't really have a whole lot of awareness in public. But apparently it got worse, I'm being told. Okay, people just linked me full...
AIDS gang represent, okay?
Yo, thank you so much for... I gotta change that, by the way. I'm breaking all associations with other commentary channels, so, Chud, can no longer be my dono sound, sorry. Let me log in, see what you donoed. Yes, I trust Streamlabs. Parry's mother with the $3. Hey, 80. Hey, baby cakes. I heard you were covering Peter. Well, I was, but I can't find what I'm looking for. Why did, like, I just got linked streams with, like, no timestamps. I guess there was one. $15. Dude, there was somebody, I hate when people do this. People find something, they post it in Icy, and then I can't find it. If you're, like, there's a new rule, and I'm so serious about this. This rule is more important to me than you posting gore. Okay? If you have a piece of content, and you think it's worth sharing with Icy, and don't put it in my inbox, the Law of AIDS gang will come down on you. Okay.
Yeah, cause.
So, basically, my understanding of this situation is that when Peter was 15, he got sent the nudes of another 15-year-old. And it's like, yeah, okay, legally, that's CSAM, right? But that nobody's gonna, like, call you a pedophile over that, or especially if you're, like, an adult now. Like, if you, like, the fact, like, if you're the same age, Like, it shouldn't be happening. Kids should not be exchanging nudes on Snapchat with each other. But that doesn't make one of them, like, a pedophile, or if they're the same age, right? A lot of people in high school exchange nudes. It's not a good idea. You should never fucking do it. And technically, if you're a minor yourself, you are doing something illegal. But apparently he actually goes and calls the police now as an adult and reports himself.
It's a really good idea to get arrested for something I did when I was 15. I'm not being sarcastic.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, well, why?
Have you talked to your parents about this first?
Oh, no. Because I did something when I was 15.
Are the cops at his house?
I still want to take, I want the consequence, okay?
Yeah.
I want the consequence.
Okay.
Like,
What happened? You call police?
His dad comes in. Oh, dude, his poor parents. They seem to really love him,
arrested.
too.
What?
See, to get arrested.
What do you mean?
I want to get arrested for something I did when I was 15.
Okay.
So at this point, if I heard someone say that, what I would be, my immediate guess would be, you murdered someone when you were 15. You, like, murdered another kid and hid his body in the woods, and you just can't live with the guilt anymore.
I think you need to talk to your parents.
Oh, okay. No. I want to talk with you guys first. No. Because like,
Wait, what is this right here?
They want me to show them proof. They want me to show them proof.
Okay. Think, let's go put your phone down first.
Okay. See. So, hold up.
When you call police?
So,
Does he have any mental health issues?
Oh, no. Look, I want to tell you what I did when I was 15.
Okay.
I want to tell you what I did when I was 15,
Hey,
please.
do you feel like you need to go to the hospital?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I want to tell you what I did when I was 15.
Okay.
Because I want to be arrested for what I did when I was 15.
Okay. I think you need to talk to your parents about this. Okay?
Why? Look, it was illegal. What I did was illegal. I want to, like, confess a crime.
Okay.
First of all, also, I'm pretty sure if he wouldn't, like, if he no longer has possession of it, which, based on the context I've been told, he doesn't, right? I guess he, like, received nudes from some person his own age on Snapchat when they were both minors. First of all, I don't even think a DA would go and prosecute that. Second of all, wouldn't, isn't there a statute of limitations on that? I could be off.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna give a fuck about. The police are not gonna care about that.
So, when I was 15, someone sent me, like, so a guy sent me, like, a girl's nudes when I was 15.
Oh, I guess someone else sent him a girl's nude.
And had me release it publicly, like, to make, like, some kind of a video on it.
Oh, Oh, wait! Hold on, I'm missing... Somebody said... Okay, wait, I got the summary of the situation wrong. He called the cops on himself because he made a Leafy-style video on a 15-year-old's nudes when he was... Got it. So when he was 15, I think we were all doing, like, reaction commentary back then. Everyone was, like, copying Leafy. Or whatever the fuck. I'd never heard of this before. But I guess someone sent him a girl's nudes and asked him to make a video on it. She was the same age as him, and he did?
Like, making fun of her and all that. When I was 15.
Why would you want to report this now?
Okay, so I know because, like, when I look back on my past, like, I know, like, that's, like, I've repented and, like, I've become a changed man. But that still doesn't make it right what I did in the past.
Okay.
Like, God hates me, I think, and God doesn't forgive me. Well, maybe.
Well, I mean, that's something you can take up religiously.
Yeah.
Spiritually, correct. Yeah.
But like, I'm being, like, I know.
This is, like, I've never seen a scenario like this where some guy is, like, sitting there pleading, take me to jail, and the police are like, no.
Like, what I did was wrong in that.
I understand. Well, I think
I still want to be arrested. Right?
No, that's not going to happen, okay?
God.
Because I think you're having a psychiatric episode right now.
Oh, no.
So, do you need to go to the hospital?
Oh, no.
Okay. Alright, well, you've already informed me, okay?
I just want to take accountability of what I did in the past.
Well, your parents are aware, I'm aware now, so...
Am I on the offender list?
No.
Am I getting...
Okay, I also wonder... if he knows what he's doing and this is for stream content. I also wonder that because somebody's sending a message where he wrote, like, hold on. Somebody sent a message where he wrote, like, for anyone here that does content, feel free to make a video on me, like a reaction commentary to me.
Being arrested?
No, you're not.
Why?
Okay.
So it, like, seems like he might genuinely just like negative attention.
Because
why you don't ask me before you call him?
How?
Alright.
Hey,
Like, isn't that illegal? What I did?
why?
What you explained to me isn't even a clear crime, honestly.
When I was 15.
Okay,
and like,
so I'm gonna recommend that you discuss this with your parents before you call 911.
The news
okay?
were of a 15-year-old when I was 15.
Okay.
Isn't that
And
illegal?
when you were 15?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you were a juvenile at the time, but this whole situation doesn't make sense. I think you're having a psychiatric episode. Do you guys have any recommendations for him?
Isn't that supposed to be illegal?
He keeps asking the same fucking question. Yeah, it's technically, there's some crimes that are there are some laws that can be broken that are technically illegal that the police or the prosecutors or whoever are just not gonna give a fuck about.
I feel like you're playing a game with
Oh
me.
no,
so...
I'm not.
Alright.
I also now wonder, like, am I not? Because when I've spoken to him, you know, there's always been something off about Peter, but he hasn't, you know, I don't think he's, like, psychotic or anything, but, like, I wonder if this is just, like, a thing for stream content.
Victim.
I released someone's nudes. How old was the person in the nude picture? 15. Yeah, okay, I'm calling 911 on me.
I'm too close.
Yeah, I'm getting myself arrested. No, I'm being honest, I'm still on call. Yeah, I'm calling 911 and taking responsibility and accountability. I'm getting myself arrested.
God to play victim. I'm too close to God to play victim. I'm too close to God to play victim. I'm too close.
Stop gaslighting me out of getting myself arrested? Bro, what? I don't care what Perry says about anything. I had a normal IRL interaction with him. We had dinner, whatever, and it's, like, so fucking annoying that, like, all of it is, like, who cares? Okay? Who cares? Perry said this. Perry said that. Perry said... Whatever he said, it's true. Believe it. Whatever he said about anything ever is true.
What about the child porn thing? It's not a joke!
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
It's not a joke!
Okay,
So this guy, I guess, is just, like, A-logging him now. But you can't convince us. Wiping your messages only. Is this guy actually trying to make allegations against him? Is it true you're a prophet? Yeah. Oh, okay. You might be bipolar. Yet here you are, threatening people with FBI report. There's no shot that, because you know what this guy is referenced? This guy is, like, retarded. Because you know what the guy's making these videos? Because do you know what he's referencing? Peter commented, delete the video now and I'll take into consideration on the next legal actions moving forward. If you don't want to get into serious legal trouble, then delete it. What legal actions, mate? Where's the lie or crime here? Until you delete it, I will consider contacting authorities to drop the active case. Okay, I'll delete it once you tell me what I lied about and what the crime is. Yeah, the case isn't being dropped until you delete it. I made a new video, bud. Deleting your messages. So this guy's, like, seriously addressing this. Like, he's claiming to be a prophet, but actually he's not a prophet because he's threatening to report me to the FBI. Is this how prophets act? It's so fucking corny, dude. Is this how prophets act? Okay, I'm done with that. There's like, it's non-tent. Okay, so I've been told that food shops who like continues to refuse to debate me. This is the thing, okay? Destiny made a comment about how there's like interconnected networks of his haters. And that's not to say, when I refute that, that is not a denial that several people that hate him know each other and talk about him. That's obviously true. But that does not mean that every community and every person that hates him talks about him, including Kiwi Farms, right? So you have Queeman, who probably is talking to J-Stock about Destiny, right? But that then doesn't mean that there's a branch of this network that now automatically extends to like people on Kiwi Farms who are okay with doxing and shit. That's like what I refute. I refute that the network that Destiny is trying to accuse his like detractors of maintaining is actually not the network he has described. And I also think he does this so that the people who are okay with doing morally reprehensible shit, by linking them to people who've just given him criticism who don't do morally reprehensible shit, he makes every critic fair game. He makes every critic fair game, and then by doing the sarcastic, yeah, I'm sure you guys aren't working together. I'm sure, right? Implying they are working together. But by adding that sarcasm element to it and like planting the idea in the audience's head, they're working together. He now has essentially put a claim in everyone's head without actually having to outright say it, and therefore not having to substantiate it. And food shops uses this like tactic all the time, and it's the most dishonest, weaselly fucking message ever. Okay, if you're gonna now accuse a given group of people of being fair game for a bunch of reprehensible shit to come against them because you claim they're linked to people doing reprehensible shit about you, your justifying premise should not be no premise at all and just a sarcastic, yeah, I'm sure they're not linked.
Purple Perry and Aiden Underground are Queeman orbiters.
I'm barely on Queeman's streams. Because I know people who do like A-log all the Destiny types, people like address me as if I'm one of the Destiny spicy chat A-loggers. I'm not. I almost never cover Destiny content. I think I've covered it like 3 times.
So naturally, I have to glow over them. Okay?
True. Wait, but there was one that was like so dumb, dude. Denal tweeted out. Denal is like, I can't tell if Denal is like the best troll ever or if it's like unironically like a fucking like schizo. But Denal like runs an account that's literally all AI to like A-log me, Queeman, and Parry. Like I love arguments, as you know, but it was getting like exhausting having to every reply to me was like some chat GPT essay. I don't want to argue with chat GPT, so I gave Denal like an ultimatum. I don't like getting spam. I don't like running either. So you'll stay blocked until you call into my show and make your arguments if you actually have any and like aren't a fucking troll. But I guess you check this out. I blocked Denal and I heard he's like not taking it very well. Denal had agreed to call in and talk to me and then duck the debate. But Denal has some very fucking funny posts. And it's so funny too. Boomers and AI are not a good mix. So you have like the Tommy C, Vincent Martin type accounts seriously interacting with this account that's just like evidently completely AI. Hold on. Where is it? This person tweets so much, so I can't find it.
What am I doing wrong? Do I need to be a...
Wait, wrong. Where is it, dude?
So in...
Okay. So Food Shop, wait, this is the big revelation that I got exposed for. I want Food Shop. So Food Shop's point is defending the interconnected network that is a network to the extent where the Queeman and people perceived to be aligned with Queeman, some actually are, right? Those people are connected to the doxers. So surely if you're making such a, you know, large claim, and surely if that claim is going to lead to the justification of fair game of like various tactics against these people, surely this person would have something more than the sarcastic, it's not connected, I'm sure. Sure, right? But I guess Food Shop's evidence now, let's just take a look at this.
Dude, dude, it's so insane to me. It's so insane to me how, like, they try to disassociate from one another because they say, holy shit, guys, you can't make this up. It's so crazy.
Holy shit, you guys, like, actually can't make this. What do you mean disassociate? I know J-Stock. I know Queeman. I'm sure J-Stock and Queeman talk about Destiny. I'm sure Queeman and fucking whoever else in Spicy Chat talk about Destiny. I've spoken to Queeman before about Destiny. No fucking shit. Yes, people in the same sphere of content that mutually align on a given subject will probably communicate on it, but that doesn't mean that because their position on a subject is opposing Destiny, right? That means historically they are now aligned with people who, they're now aligned with the overall Destiny hater base, which has predated their existence online.
Because it's like they pretend they're not all together, but what do we have here?
I'm not, they are, I'm not like all together. I talk to these people sometimes, I associate with them sometimes, but no, I mean, I could, like, if you want, I could leak my full DMs with like J-Stock, I could leak my full like, I don't know what you want, I'm not really like that close to I'm less close to these people than you would think. People are claiming that I flew out to Malta just to meet Perry. That's not true.
What the fuck do we have here? We have Aiden and we have Purple Perry hanging out.
People in the same content sphere. This guy was in this like other guy's like obscure country and they happen to know each other and they like hung out. Dude, it's all connected. That's not the connections Destiny's been talking about, you fucking retard. That is not like the connections that Destiny is referring to has been talking about the critical community, the community that is merely critical of him, and I guess to some extent a-logging him, and connecting that to the community that is utilizing any bad tactic against him. So it would look like all of them are using this tactic, therefore usage of the tactic against the people who are just merely critical is justified. Which is like such a bad faith, disingenuous fucking take. And there's no way, Food Shops, that you would be able to like hold up this position in a conversation with me, which is why you've like continuously run from the debate, because you only want to talk to people who are like total like pushovers, like dickers, etc., etc. So stop being a pussy and debate me, bitch.
Two Queeman orbiters hanging out together in real life.
Also, well, here's what I love. This person thinks that the notion of hanging out in real life is like this significant. Like it must mean like you're like basically intimate with this person if you're hanging out in real life. People do that, Food Shop. I've gotten beers with people I met on the same day. I happen to be in this guy's country. You know, we speak online. So I fucking met up with him, and then I thought we could have a funny dynamic that would work well on stream. So I streamed with him. What is, like, I don't understand, like, why is it, oh my god, in real life? Like, this person's, like, such a fucking greasy hair, like, jerking it to fucking lolly, like, bed blob, that the notion of an IRL interaction to them must mean that the two of you are basically fucking.
Okay, and then we have J-Stock that's watching this, and they have Queeman that's also watching.
Dude, they're reacting to an awkward meetup between two people in their general sphere that their audience would be interested in because they have a layover audience amongst all these people, dude.
You can't make
it up. What is the big revelation here, Foodie? What is the big revelation here?
Like, it's And they think they can lie to my face.
Lie to you about what? Name
And
the
they-
lie. This is why you won't debate me, because I'll show that you're lying. I'll push you. Where was the lie? Where have any of these people claimed that they don't react to the other people in this sphere? Where have they ever claimed that they don't talk to the other people in this sphere? What the lie is, the big lie that Destiny is spread and then you've gone and defended, is that Sphere 1 that doesn't like Destiny is connected to Sphere 2. Not that the people within Sphere 1 don't interact amongst each other. That has never been the claim that's being refuted. To pretend like it is to totally strawman the argument and be like a fucking dishonest bitch, which really isn't a big revelation because I know what you are.
Think they can lie to my face. They can gaslight me. They think they can gaslight me to my face.
Who's gaslighted you? You're a wannabe victim. Nobody cares about you enough to fucking gaslight you. Not Spencer the 20, there's a financial incentive to do more content with Parry in the future. Unironically, the funniest shit I've seen all year. This is the thing, man. This is the thing. I don't dislike Parry. And I was honest. I wasn't that mad about it. The more I thought about it, I did get a little more angry. He was, and I explained this the other day, I don't think I explained the situation well enough to explain to you what led to it. So, I had locked my computer the whole trip. Not because that's a habit I do. I even do it at home, right? When I step away from it. And, you know, I go and I meet him. We meet one night. He's totally fine in real life, besides like one little awkward moment where he tells the waitress I have a channel. The next night he's fine. We're supposed to stream earlier in the day, but then his like friend came over to my hotel, which was fine. He's a, you know, nice friend. We hung out, and then it was late. I was tired. I was drunk. Whatever. But I then go to start the stream because we're gonna stream together. I put it on the intro waiting screen, and normally, you know, I get my nicotine in while that waiting screen is happening. So I go out onto the balcony, and I'm expecting him to step out with me, and he doesn't, but I can still see him through the glass. Okay, so I go to hit my vape and blow it away from the balcony, and then I turn back, and I see him touching my computer laughing. So I go run back inside, and I say, what the fuck were you just doing? And he's like, oh, I was looking at our DMs between each other. You never DM me back, man, or whatever. And someone's like, how could you believe that lie? And it's like, it's not so much a lie that I believed, it's that I believed because he knew that I could see him through that glass, that he was trying to troll me and fuck with me. And it's like, wow, such a crazy thought to think that the troll was like trolling and not seriously doing something like that. So I believe him, I laugh, I say, fuck you, whatever. And then we go back to it, we get on air, and that's when I find out, when he reveals that he had, you know, looked at the Nick DM. So yeah, it was a mistake, but it's an understandable mistake that obviously wouldn't be repeated. It's like it is a mistake. And if you're gonna be like this, like, if Nick's sphere, etc., is gonna be like this critical of an understandable mistake, why should I offer anyone any leeway, like, on that side? They've had several fuck-ups. Why should I offer them any leeway on anything? But regardless, yeah, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. And I think Parry can be very entertaining and very funny, but unfortunately, Parry is like totally delusional and thinks the only way he can be entertaining is by being an unhinged psychopath. I sat him down on the beach, okay, had a very serious conversation with him, explaining to him, like, you know, why don't you, like, not leak, like, he complains that he doesn't have connections. I said, why don't you just, like, not leak shit, let people know that associating with you is not gonna make you a liability. Okay? You can still be, and he's like, yeah, but then it's gonna go from that to, like, then I have to, like, start, you know, biting my tongue and not giving my real opinions on stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm asking you for. I'm just asking that you don't make yourself a liability. You don't leak. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna, like, sell out and start, like, holding my tongue and not giving my, and I'm like, nobody's asking you to not give your real thoughts. And I'm like, Parry, this is what you sound like. It's like I asked you to go clean out the toilet because the fucking toilet smells like absolute dog shit. And your excuse for not doing it is like, yeah, but if you make me clean out the toilet, then I'm gonna have to go scrub the floors, and then I'm gonna have to go power wash the walls, and then I'm gonna have to go clean out the sink, and then I'm gonna have to go, and it's like, no. I'm just asking you to clean the toilet because the toilet smells like shit right now. I don't give a fuck about that other stuff. We could deal with that later. The toilet smells like fucking ass. Just clean the toilet. And he's like, oh, I guess when you put it that way, or whatever. But then he was like, then it went from that excuse to, oh, well, it's already too late. And it's like, lock in, dude. You, like, can absolutely be entertained. Like, we could have had our dynamic was funny, irrespective of the, you leaking the Nick stuff. You don't need to do that to get content to be funny. And honestly, it, like, demonstrates an inherent insecurity that you think you do. You can absolutely be, like, a trustworthy person that people can work with and still not sacrifice your personality and still be funny and still be entertaining for a stream. I don't think Parry's like a malicious guy. I just think he's like very fucking impulsive. I think he makes excuses when I think it is absolutely possible for him to change. Diora doesn't want to have the... He's not. Wait, he's not. It was like literally such a hyper-specific scenario that the chance for any form of repetition as a result of that is slim to none. Especially the amount of fucking grief it's caused me. Like, yeah, that's obviously not gonna fucking happen again. If I happen to be in someone's country and stream with them and do the stream intro screen, I'm not gonna go out on the balcony. Like, wow. That literally is like, it's like an easy fucking fix. Nothing insane got leaked. It was a fuck up, but it's like an understandable mistake that can easily be corrected, and you would have no reason to believe would ever like be repeated in that context. So I don't even care if like, because you think my DMs are compromised, if you want to wipe DMs, etc., but to like totally cut me off over that is like completely, like, absolutely no charity, completely fucking absurd, and quite frankly, demonstrates an inherent double standard, because Tommy literally leaked that the reason, all Parry said, if I remember correctly, was that Queeman doesn't like Nick, which is like, wow, or Nick doesn't like Queeman. Nick was complaining about Queeman, which is like, wow, big fucking revelation. The two of them don't like each other. But then Tommy goes, he says, I think I could leak this. I think, like, showing that he knows it's potentially private. And on the stream, where he's covering my leak, he announces that what Nick had sent me, this was not what Nick had sent me, but that Nick was mad that Queeman had gone on Salvo's show. I didn't leak that. Parry didn't leak that. That wasn't in the content of my DMs. Tommy willfully, with some suspicion that it was private, decided to tell his stream about it. Just like he does with every other time he has a conversation with Nick. He either outright says what's going on or gives you enough details where you could easily figure out like what's going on. For example, that like Chud had been DMing Nick in private or whatever, and like the details of that, because the guy can't keep his fucking mouth shut. So I've kept insane secrets secret, and will continue to do so, regardless of if I think I've been royally fucked over. And I made one understandable mistake, and it's like, I'm a liability, I have to be cut off. But Tommy is on here. Tommy is displaying every fucking behavior of like every other lolcow we've like seen, right? Flamenco, a big reason that everyone started turning on him prior to the discovery of what he was into was that he was getting mad over some pedo joke. And it was like obviously a joke, and everyone's like, you're acting like a lolcow over this. Meanwhile, Tommy has been continuously using the phrase Tommy CP as a serious allegation, crashing out over it. Like, oh, I thought Flamenco was bad because he couldn't take the joke. And it's like, this guy literally thinks Tommy CP, the most obvious joke on earth, is like a serious allegation. But he's still cool to remain in the circle. Tommy's leaking all your conversations knowingly. He's still cool to stay in the circle, despite me making one mistake and getting cut off over it. Tommy is a lolcow, and he gets infinite more charitability than anyone else. If this guy is looking up to Tommy, he's fucked. He's doomed. Tommy is literally claiming that it's like ridiculous to ask for evidence in YouTube drama. Tommy's like repeatedly lied. Allegedly, Tommy was trying to say that like Dickers had blackmailed Kinetic Hell into making some kind of allegation, which she never did. She never made an allegation against him. That's a lie. Where is the evidence for that? Where's it? He just fucking says it. And if Nick was willing to cut, that's what I've realized, okay? Despite being, like, you know, told otherwise, and, like, you know, I did try to make a conscious effort to rebuild the bridge. I've now decided, like, ultimately it's probably not gonna happen, because, I have respect for myself now. I have respect for myself now. For a long time, I was willing to show anyone the time of day who, like, showed me the time of day, like, regardless how they were treating me, etc., etc. I was willing to be, like, people's fucking umbrella boy. That's, like, the term I used or whatever. And it's like, I'm not gonna do that anymore, okay? I have, like, respect for myself. You know, I think I can be, like, potentially very good at this. I think if I was to, like, lock in, I could probably grow a bigger audience. And I'm not just, like, gonna sit there and, you know, just, like, be... You know, everyone just, like, let people fucking walk all over me. And that went for Parry, too, by the way. That went for the big reason I never did another stream with him throughout the trip was because you, like, kind of lost that. You kind of lost that, like... I'm fine. I'd be fine with, you know, not, you know, being on fine terms with people like Nick. But, like, any... like form of like respect or friendship that I had like afforded or thought existed, I'm not really gonna do that because I think that, quite frankly, I think it was kind of a betrayal. Parry says you rail massive lines of coke all day. Can a guy please, can a guy be on vacation? Is a guy allowed to be on vacation? Like, what are you doing on vacation if you're not doing, like, fucking cocaine off, like, a prostitute's asshole? Okay? God. Fucking, everybody's, like, some, devout fucking Catholic. Mother Teresa over here. Hold on. Is it it's 8 a.m. in Cali? He said she was 16. Who? Oh, you're talking about me and the prostitute? She's not fucking 16. Yeah. Do not look up the age of consent in Greece. Worst mistake of my... Oh, no, I'm kidding. Something I will say, I was, like, kind of, like, annoyed by the side of the road the Maltese drived on from, like, British influence. But Greeks drive on the right side of the road, but it's even more annoying how they drive. I thought Italians were, like, aggressive. Greek people don't know how to drive. They're, like, the most aggressive, insane, maniac drivers I've ever fucking seen. Oh, the light just turned green. There's still pedestrians on the crosswalk. Let me slam the fucking accelerator. Let me just, like, slam the accelerator. Where do you have to be so bad? You're gonna kill somebody with the way you're driving, sir. What, like, always in a fucking rush. That's called Europe, it is not called Europe. I've been to other Europe. The French don't drive that bad. The Germans don't drive that bad. The Austrians don't drive that bad. The Slovaks don't drive that bad. The Chechens don't drive that bad. No, yeah, the Chechens don't drive that bad. Like, I don't. Yeah, it seems like a Southern Europe thing. Yes. The Maltese are not that bad of drivers. They just drive on the wrong side of the road. Okay, time out. The French. I don't remember the French being that bad of drivers. Lie, I'm French. To be fair, like my memories of French driving come from Nice, and I didn't think that like people were driving that bad. Type in French parking. Do French people really park by bumping? Huh? How to park your car in Paris? What?
Just the key is to just bump the other car.
Huh? Wait, I'm sorry. So you park, but you just like move the other cars with your car. Huh? They're asserting dominance. Is bumping bumpers normal in parking in France? No, it's seen as being a shitty driver like everywhere else in the... We call this way to park, I assume. I can't read. It's not common at all, but it can happen in Paris because the city is too full. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I have very positive memories of France. Okay, if I could speak the fucking language, it's maybe in my top choice for where I'm gonna become an expat too. Everybody dress it like people know how to fucking dress. Everybody smokes. I love cafe. I fucking love cafe culture. I don't think I've been anywhere in Europe where there wasn't, but like waking up in the morning, walking outside, sitting down at a cafe and having a cigarette and a cappuccino. It is just wow. There's nothing that beats it. There's nothing that beats it. Okay, I can't imagine that sex is like much better than like waking up and having that like first cappuccino, cigarette. Maybe if you're feeling a bit naughty, having a chocolate croissant. This is why you're Dutch, right? I agree, but cigars are just fucking inconvenient to smoke. If you want, like, you have to put in like some humidor. I don't know. Somebody got me a cigar. It's like the most inconvenient gift. It's like I have to circumcise it. I don't have a cigar cutter, and then I try to do it with something else, and I end up fucking with the leaf wrapping, and then like the leaf keeps coming off, and I have to like hold it there, and then there's like I mean it's like I just want to fucking like smoke. I just want to get my nicotine. I want it done with. Parry Raid. What's up, Parry Cells? What's up, guy? Parry. He doesn't actually call you guys that, right? The whole like insert name cells thing. It's so uncreative. So uncreative. We decided the new demonym for AIDS gang would be Snarkistanis, okay? We are snark nationalists, just can't stop fucking snarking. I woke up this, actually, in addition to that, like, cappuccino and cigarette, the first thing I also like to do is, like, get on my phone and start snarking. I just, like, it's like an addiction. I was actually shaking before because I was, like, craving a good snark. Alright, anyways, I'll cover this Gimmick account drama, and then I will cover maybe the Tommy 10. I don't know if it's gonna be entertaining. That'll probably be 2 seconds. But before I do that, give me 2 seconds. Be right back. 1 sec. Alright, I'm back, guys. Yeah, somebody said I should get a nicotine pack. I'm actually just gonna start zinning. Do you even zin, bruh? Listen, you've been fed a lie about nicotine, okay? Nicotine actually prevents it actually prevents Parkinson's disease. Well, it doesn't completely prevent it, but it, believe it or not, the usage of nicotine is linked to a lesser likelihood of developing Parkinson's. Read it. Read the sources. You've been fed lies. It's true. It literally is true. Where it was, hold on. It used to be on the Wikipedia page. Various tobacco and smoke components have been hypothesized to be neuroprotective, including nicotine, carbon monoxide. Dude, I got rid of my carbon monoxide detector, okay? I'm not getting Parkinson's, man. I'm not getting Parkinson's. I don't know. I actually don't know the health of, like, nicotine on its own. I know that there's, like, a million chemicals in cigarettes, and just the notion of inhaling smoke in general. Inhaling anything that isn't air is, like, not going to be good for you. So, but the chemicals, that kind of shit, you get all sorts of cancer risks. Does it really? Because I have a bizarre... Yeah, dude, just trade Parkinson's for cancer. Listen, I might not have Parkinson's. Listen, I may have like a golf ball-sized tumor in my brain, and I have a hard time saying words sometimes. And yeah, I got half a lung removed, okay? And yeah, my arm was amputated, but at least I don't have Parkinson's. Am I right, guys? I just spilled coffee on me. That's really embarrassing. Yeah, because isn't, correct me if I'm wrong, neuroscience majors, but isn't, like, Parkinson's linked to, like, the degradation of the myelin sheath? So, I don't know how nicotine interacts with that. Anyways. Wait, did I spill it on my shirt? Oh my... Dude! Wait, I didn't even realize I got it on my fucking shirt. Oh my, you're shitting me, bro. You're fucking shitting me, man. Fuck me. I was gonna go hit the club with this shirt later. It's fine. It's fine. I'll put on my other shirt. Can't you just, like, bleach a white shirt or whatever? I don't know. But let's check out actually some Tommy Tent real quick. So Tommy commented on the, Purple Parry, like, despite the fact that Tommy himself has, like, leaked such a significant amount of his conversations with Nick that a lot of what the average viewer could assess about Nick's private interactions behind the scenes would probably be coming from Tommy C streams. Tommy has a few things to say about, my, my situation. Also, somebody proposed a really good theory the other night. So you know how, like, Tommy had to move, most likely due to, like, the financial situation he finds himself in that led to him becoming Keemstar's bitch? Well, you know how, like, I haven't really heard of, like, houses where you just could not get direct internet access. Maybe that's just, like, a normal thing in Europe. I don't know. But, like, even in Malta, I mean, they have fiber, all the fucking, like, isn't Europe, like, starting to... There's more and more access to fiber internet. Yeah, I can't imagine... You'd get, as a streamer, you'd get the one house where you're actually having trouble getting internet to the point where somebody has to donate to get you Starlink so that you could stream. But I wonder if his wife, who's paying the bills, wants him to stop streaming so badly that she picked the one place she could find in Germany where he couldn't get internet. And then, like, Musty comes in with the star, and she's like, fuck! So probably starts, like, sneaking poison into his coffee and stuff. She just can't take it anymore. I said this word, dude. The couch has an imprint of his face and body on it from, like, the amount of time he spends sleeping on that shit.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
Aiden, he never bought Wait, what? So then what did he spend the money on? What was the money spent on? This is the first I'm hearing this. Wait, so the reason he doesn't have internet... Huh?
Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me.
Give it back. True, give it back, Tommy. Give it back. Hashtag give it back, Tommy.
Get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
Oh, just let me up.
Too. So, here we go. It's actually quite quick. It's very easy. It's simple to figure out. All right? But first and foremost, you gotta know that they don't want me to talk. Remember, there's the quote. My docs originated on niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. right?
Willie Mack, his evidence for the claim is that Willie Mack said it?
That's the lie.
Well, that is a lie, yes. Okay, actually, me and Tommy might be on the same page. Is Tommy calling out Willie Mack?
That Willie told. Oh, let's get the chat working.
It is the lie that he told.
Yes, sir. Oh, first time. Can you believe that? That's beautiful. Bingo. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. First time. Here's the thing. This got nothing to do with it, but here it is.
All I'm saying is, okay, I'm doing.
So then why go into the monologue about this is the lie that Willie told? I assume that if you're on Willie's side, the next clip that you would be playing is a clip that, like, lends credence to the claim that Willie made that he provided no evidence for. And the reason I think it's a lie, i.e. like intentionally stating a fucking falsehood, is because why would Willie ever, like, knowingly go through the risk of, like, making such a bold claim about a community that is so critical of him and not be coming in with evidence? He knows Queeman is, like, good at debate. He knows Queeman can, like, put up a fight. Why would he ever, like, try and come in with that claim with no evidence if he believed it to be true?
Cool right now to my community to try and find every time that Tommy CP has insulted me. Okay, I'm trying to find every time that Tommy C.
Look, they're trying to make a fucking allegation. It's like it's like calling him Tommy C. Xylie's like, I disavow. No, that's not Xylie. That's not Xylie. What? What is this guy saying? I tell you, I disavow. I disavow with calling this guy Tommy CP. These false allegations, they've gone too far. My parents aren't fucking cousins, they're siblings.
Insulted me. Okay?
Oh, look, it's the insult under German defamation law. Too bad he couldn't read it in German.
Neither can you. You don't fucking speak it. Somebody tried to call in and speak to you in German. You could not speak it.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm big trouble. Big trouble. Big trouble.
Ooh. Back up to all I'm saying.
Look, obviously, what that is done, what they're doing there, it's pretty simple.
Yo, we just hit goal. We're halfway to Streamlit goal. Thank you guys so much. I know this is a lower viewership stream because I'm going live at an odd time, but it's the fact that we still get all the support is nuts to me. So thank you so much. Appreciate it, as always.
It's a threat that they're never going to follow through on. So they could always turn around and say it's a joke. I'm not particularly worried about it.
That's literally what you did, by the way. This literally, he calls people for what he does, right? He calls people snakes and then just outright admitted to being one. Yes, Tommy, like you leading someone on to believe you're cool with them and then going behind their back to tell other people that you like don't like them and not to talk to them is snaky. Because if you weren't a snake and had that issue, you would let the other person know. You would confront them directly. You wouldn't just be like going behind their back, leading them to believe the two of you were cool, right? To the point where they were giving you charitability, etc., etc. Now, regardless, wait, what was, hold on, there was something, no, so the whole like plausible deniability pretending it's a joke later, right? Tommy did this. Tommy said that Spicy Chat was going to sweep for J-Stock. So I said, they're literally like, Spicy Chat is the most critical when the cherry shit happened. I'm like, Spicy Chat is being the most critical of J-Stock out of any community I've seen right now. He's like, it was just a joke. And saying it's just a joke. And then he actively goes on to defend the notion that Spicy Chat would sweep for J-Stock later on. So no, it clearly wasn't a joke. It's clearly another fucking lie. And it's like, how do you read my mind? You don't read, how do you tell that anyone's lying, Tommy? You fucking use evidence to, you know, indicate a certain thought process, right? So if you're saying that you making that claim as a joke and then you actively go on later to defend it as though it were a serious claim, then that would indicate that it was never actually a joke and you just like lied about that if you're actively defending it later on.
It's a threat that they're never.
What's the lie? This guy never says the lie. I tell the lie every single time. He lies that I don't say the lie. I state everything he lies about when I call him on it, like constantly.
We're gonna follow through on, so they could always turn around and say it's a joke. I'm not particularly worried about it. If you read it in German, this is. I'm not explaining anything. I'm just explaining. Oh, Tommy, be careful. I'm explaining for either people that would actually be concerned about.
So is he like now gonna sit here and like pretend like he speaks the language?
These things cover, because the word insult is what English speakers get. How hung up on. It's got to be insult and defamation. Like I'd have to call him a pedophile. And he would have to be able to show that damaged him, his honor. Now, I'm not a big fan of that thing, saying somebody's honored, but we're not in
I don't know how German defamation laws
so
work.
it's really...
I don't know how they... But the way you just described, wouldn't that be comparable to the United States? If somebody's like... I guess it's an insult to his honor. Wouldn't defamation in the United States, you'd have to prove some like emotional or financial damages? If I remember, I think it would be mostly like financial damages, right? So like, you still couldn't technically sue someone for I guess what is it? It's defamation per se.
It's really, yeah, it's a joke until if it hits. If I stop...
There's like a specific law that like, even if there are no material, I don't like to talk about legal shit.
If I get a little nervous, mission accomplished. If he gets called out like he got called out, then it's a joke. So there...
Dude, that's literally what you did with the fucking Dude, this guy's such an idiot. This guy's like so fucking dumb. And as I said before, Tommy is terrified of talking to critical voices that are competent outside of an environment where he's in total control, because he needs to know he can turn you down at any point. He's that scared. He's that sensitive, to be honest. He's like the most easily triggered, sensitive little bitch I've ever seen. And the fact that like he was in the I guess he didn't see combat apparently, but you know, he came in after Saddam had fallen. But the fact that he, you know, he's like, I'm in the army, I'm a tough guy. The fact that such a tough guy cries like a little fucking bitch at every, like, joke made at his expense, or anytime people try to, like, critically confront him, is hilarious. You're not a tough guy. He tried to I can pick you up and throw you. No, you can't. We've seen what you look like. You're short and you're morbidly fucking obese. You're, like, fat as shit. You're not picking up anything that isn't a fucking Twinkie, okay? The whole tough guy act is probably the most dishonest thing he does. You're a fucking I hate this word, you're like a little fucking snowflake that people have to watch the tone when they're talking to you, or else you like crash out, okay? You're out of shape. You're fucking, all I'd have to do is like take a few steps back and you'd like have to walk over to me in a fight and you'd fucking collapse.
Here we go. They don't want me talking. If you go to my Twitter account right now and see the sheer amount of stuff about my parenting and everything else, it's all there for you to see.
It's all that, the joke? Those are, when you think the claim Tommy CP is a this guy is insane. This guy's a fucking moron. Okay, not only is he a sensitive little bitch, out of shape, failure of a father, a failure of a provider for his family, where they had to downgrade houses, and he couldn't even fucking afford internet. So not only is this guy a failure at college, because he had to drop out, okay, not only is all of that true, I actually can't think of anything he succeeded in. But he's also a fucking moron. Okay? If you're gonna be a fucking failure bed blob, okay, that would be like true for like a lot of, I don't know. He's gonna hate this example, right? Marx was begging Engels for money. Marx fucking, his life was like, it sucked, okay? It sucked. He didn't bathe. Fucking loser. But at least he made up for it when he was a bed blob by, you know, contributing to like political philosophy. You're a fucking moron too. So I don't know what you're doing with all that time you're spending not working.
And you'll notice the same people are saying there is no evidence. All right. So what is Willie's quote? Again, my docs originated on a niche forum from Queeman's unhinged viewers. Queeman was never accused of doxing. I'm accusing him of doxing from this. This is very simple. This is it. This is Queeman doxing and playing stupid.
Destiny actually called for my death, said he would kill me. There is actually a moment in this video that shows Destiny attempting to dox me as well. Obviously, I'm not the only person this has happened to. Now,
here comes the hypothetical about Destiny.
Interesting, I saw someone tweet out, a fellow by the name of Little Steve, tweeted something very interesting out. Little Steve, Massa Stevie,
which you see him being covered up because afterwards, and Queen is actually...
He's pulling up Destiny's tweet. Wait. Just out of curiosity, right? Because I think, like, just out of curiosity, what is his defense for Willie this is coming from a Destiny tweet. What is his defense for Willie's statement that the Destiny tweet wasn't damaging because his dox was already viral? So then how would Queeman pulling up that tweet that isn't damaging be damaging to the extent where it's like worth calling out? You can't have it both ways. If Destiny tweeting out wasn't damaging because it was already viral, then somebody looking at Destiny's tweet after the fact, okay, is not like, how is that damaging?
Said, I didn't dox him because the re-upload was censored.
Yes,
that's great.
Yes, doxing requires intent. Yes.
I wouldn't have the same generosity for others.
Said.
No, that's retarded. Doxing either is or isn't doxing, and doxing requires intent. It's not like pulling up a fucking quote tweet of someone who's friends with the guy. The friend is quote tweeting a video where like the dox comes up later in the video when you have it on autoplay. That's not, that's leaking OPSEC, right? That's leaking OPSEC, but it's not doxing. To classify you as a doxer over that would require intent. Everybody accepts this definition except Tommy.
Anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable, ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada, and
you have to keep in mind, he didn't manually play the video. It's on autoplay.
Anyone that supports him. Well, let's apply those standards. Why are we saying this about bad?
There's Willie Stocks. There's Willie Stocks.
Yeah, on autoplay. The thing is, like, that shows it. Oh my, this guy's a fucking moron. This guy is so dumb. Willie himself had said Destiny's tweet wasn't damaging because it was already, like, it was already viral. It was already out there. And then also, right, he's not manually clicking play and skipping it. Like, the video is literally on autoplay.
And his wedding's in a couple days at this point. He's doing this on purpose. Not only is he doing...
All right, so you'd provide some contextual evidence to substantiate that. Surely he's done something similar before. Surely he's resorted to trying to put people's physical safety in danger over, like, not liking them online before. You have tons of people this guy's hated over the years. So surely there would be some behavior previously within his character that would indicate that this is not too far for him.
He's being cute about it. He's sitting there saying, okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about no targets. No unfair targets.
Yeah, that's how you prove... Tommy also doesn't understand, like, how you prove logical inconsistencies. You show that this is your, like, moral, this is your standard. This is your standard. This is an example of something you're okay with that actively defies said standard. Or no, something you wouldn't be okay with that defies said standard. So you're okay with doing X, Y, and Z. Here's an example that meets the criteria of X, Y, and Z that you wouldn't be okay with. Therefore, your standard itself is inconsistent. That's like literally just how you do that. Logical standards? This fucking debate, bro. I think dude, his audience was literally, I have to find this, bro. I have to find this. I used the word evidence, and they were like typing in the chat, like quotes, like evidence? Hold up. Bro, this is so funny. I think this guy was just joking. Showing all photos. There was... I guess I don't have the comment. This guy, I think, was just joking. But there was, like, someone else that was, like, stop being a debate PDF.
Yeah. That's not what I'm saying, Max. So this is why they've had to beg that Aiden and Queeman and Chud, to some extent, had to beg Diorio to come in. Because people saw this video.
When did I ever beg Diorio to come in? When did I ever bet? What are you talking about? Okay, we've got... Which lie is this? We're on... Dude, so because Tommy lies that we never say the lie, we're like... I'm actually working on a document that's going to list every single example of a lie he's told and then argue for why he's like a fat fucking failure that should never be taken seriously on anything. Quite frankly, I want this guy to be driven offline. That is my end goal here. That is my end goal. I made no secret about it. No secret about it. I want to drive this guy offline, and I want his wife to leave him for her sake. I want to cause a divorce. It's actually not even sufficient that he's driven off the internet, and every time he tries to come back, he's like laughed at and treated like the fucking fat moron he is. I want his wife to leave him.
I said, fuck that shit. That guy's a doxer.
Problem?
I don't need it.
Issue? Concern?
Know all the freaking details. I don't know the answer. The only thing that's left is Willie.
I don't need to know the details.
Queeman's community of doxing him. That's what he said. Willie accused, not him. I accused him. Willie did. I think it's actually kind of stupid. It's clear that this is a dox.
My dox originated on that's not a dox. Nobody's ever defined doxing that way.
The only way to get around it is to play stupid or entertain this.
No, contextually, like all the context indicates he's not playing stupid. The fact that it was on autoplay, the fact that Destiny, a friend of Willie's, was the one quote tweeting it, making it appear as though it would be okay with Willie. The fact that like the fact that we can't find any other example of like similar behavior. Yeah, everything indicates that he can play stupid. And like it's not play, like it would just be stupid. Like there's no like intent. Yo, thank you so much for the $5, Orpheus.
Fucking game.
Aiden is just copying me without the aura. Yes, dude. A great thinker of our time. So true, Wyan.
That he's playing. That's it. Now, what is the standard to say? Now, maybe Willie slandered his entire community. What is the standard to say something came from somebody else's community? There's got to be one, right?
Well, surely,
I mean,
surely
your
standard is not going to be. Surely your standard isn't going to be that, oh, all of these people hate this guy, and someone else hates this guy and is doxing everyone around him, therefore, this guy's a part of them. Surely you're not going to say that when you know very well, and Willie knows very well, that Destiny has a large, diverse hater base that predates Queeman's existence online. Okay, there are a lot of people that have gripes with this guy. The far left, the far right, fucking conservatives.
AIDS gang represent, okay?
People who disagree with like his opinions on dating and relationships. People who don't like him because he's done objectively horrible things. Like there are so many different categories of people who have garnered like who have started hating Destiny over the years. That yeah, you would need to substantiate that it's linked to one community in particular. Like this Vincent Martin guy, this fucking Vincent Martin retard, he like links me his video in my replies. He's like, no proof? And then like in regards to like, oh, I guess there is like proof or some shit. And in his video, his evidence is literally Queeman knows about someone on Kiwi Farms. Therefore, Queeman, I guess this other guy on Kiwi Farms like came from Queeman. It was like such a dumb fucking video.
One person writes in anywhere, it doesn't make it like the entire community, right? Even though if you go to my Twitter timeline, look at my replies right now, you'll see a bunch of people from Spicy Chat, Chud's community, and Queeman's community calling me a pedophile. All right, some of the same.
Nobody is seriously making that claim. It's a joke. Okay, it's a joke. Why was it not okay when Flamenco was treating that seriously, but it is okay when you are? Because you're a joke. You're a joke. The reason that you like, and honestly, I found I think Tommy meant to shut off his camera when he went and like backed away that one time. But I like how you have to like stream from like the chest up because you look like such a fat, grotesque animal. That if we were to like see your full form, you would like your appearance would be about as serious as like you should be taken. Which is no seriousness, just laughing at you, which is probably what happens, which is probably why you can't speak the language of the country you moved to, because nobody's befriending you, because they find you to be a fat, obnoxious American moron.
Same people be telling you I have no evidence at the same time.
You don't! Just cite the evidence!
So what's that standard? Let's ask Queen. What's the standard to say something's from somebody's community?
I'm saying where all the fucking retards are coming from. It's the Diorio Discord again. Look, this person here, Noid, saying, he's trying so hard to get Nick to cow out like Tommy and Willie did. No, I'm trying to get Nick to be honest, okay?
Okay. Can we fairly say that came from Diorio's community? I mean, it came from his Discord, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't disagree with you.
Yes. Where do you think, what do you think? I'm sorry. What is the point here? Yes, it is fair to like classify. Huh?
I think it came from Diorio's community. That's fair. I think it's fair.
Okay.
Number one, this is a fan of Queeman talking about doxing Willie. Willie Mack is generally evil. He fully deserves to get doxed.
Wait, where? How do we know this is a fan? Huh?
His own thread. That dude is downplaying Destiny's action, and it's the same thing that you said. He's compromised. He's everything else. Here's the important part. Willie Mack is generally evil. He fully deserves to get doxed in his own thread. I'll get to why we can.
Is this stranger me guy even a fan of Queeman's?
prove that he's a Queeman fan, all right? Because that's all he said. He said his unhinged viewers. I think this is one of his unhinged viewers. I don't think it's a lie. That man, I'm probably going to utilize my break from work along to A-Log Willie Mack, my initial reading of his first video on Destiny. It was motivated more like stupidity than blatant sweeping. The recent revelation that Erudite helped him to be...
He got this from Vincent Martin. Wasn't this Vincent Martin's... How is Queeman supposed to moderate some rant? Well, also, yeah, this wouldn't even... Under the standard that Tommy... Even if I was to grant, which I have not seen evidence for, this guy's a Queeman fan, there would be less of a burden to prove that a message came from somebody's community if the message itself is in the community Discord, as opposed to a random third-party platform. Like, no fucking shit.
Video, which is something that was made up and never proven. For all the guys that are bitching and moaning about having absolute like DNA proof. And him falling in line with the rest of the footsies about JStock.
Like, one is addressing a message posted in a community forum, the manifestation of that community. The other is a message posted on a third-party platform.
Stuff shows he's either a malicious opportunist or so stupid it intended makes no difference. Before I start gathering docs material on him, I'm going to go through all the content to make sure how retarded it is. So, all right, I'm saying this is a Queeman fan. All right.
Wait, but aren't these two separate people? Wait, so this guy's a Queeman fan and this guy's a Queeman fan, right?
Or proven. For all the guys that are bitching and moaning about having absolute like DNA proof. And him falling in line with the rest of the footsies about JStock Cherry stuff